Good morning, Central Georgia. You're taking a live look over a beautiful downtown Macon. The time is now 6:30 a.m. here on this December 26th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. I'm Wanye Reese. I hope that you and your family had a phenomenal Christmas. I know my Christmas was great, but also was very cold, Jordan. When is the weather going to be warming up?
It should start to warm up by the end of the work week with some rain chances, of course. You know, with warmer weather comes rain chances here in Central Georgia. We saw that all summer. Not going to see it as much this winter, but it's cold outside. 20 degrees in Macon to be exact, dew point at 9, so also very dry out there. Yesterday we saw a high of 43 degrees, the lowest 20. Meanwhile, the average should be 60 over 37. So we are, I think that's 17 degrees below average this time of year. So, I mean, it is what it is. Current temperatures across the board in the upper teens, if not the lower 20s, seeing 21 in Milledgeville, 21 in Gordon, 21 in Unadilla, 33 in Monticello, 29 degrees in Forsyth. Feel like temperatures are even cooler. 12 in Macon, 20 in Warner Robins, 18 down there in McRae. Now the winds have calmed down, so that's helping the wind chill out. Got a little bit of a gust there in Macon, but nevertheless, the radar is very much clear. High pressure is over us, helping us out as well in terms of the rain, but nevertheless, I'll talk about the cold air that's over us right now, the warm week that's coming up, and the storms moving in this weekend, all in your full forecast.
Thank you, Jordan. We'll check in with you soon. This morning, 2 men are dead after a shooting on Christmas Eve over the weekend. The Houston County Sheriff's Office says it happened at a home in the Red Fox Run Trailer Park in Warner Robins. Investigators say deputies responded to a call about a man unconscious and shot. While clearing the scene, deputies found 2 men dead from being shot. Neither of the victims' names have been released at this time. The Sheriff's Office says they're still investigating. Anybody with information on this case should reach out to the Sheriff's Office at 478-542-2085. That number again for you, it's 478-542-2085. In Macon, 2 men died due to freezing temperatures in 2 separate incidents over the weekend. Coroner Leon Jones identified the first man as 43-year-old John Reagan. He was found on Saturday at around 3 o'clock in the 600 block of Cherry Street behind the Truist building. Jones says the other man was found on Sunday morning at around 8:45 to 9 a.m. He was identified as 48-year-old James Leon Birch. He was found in the 3900 block of Pioneer Circle beside a tool shed. Both bodies will be sent to the GBI crime lab for an autopsy. Right now, a man is dead after a fiery crash over the weekend here in Macon. Coroner Leon Jones says 41-year-old Jerome Jarrell of Macon died on Saturday after a wreck on I-75 North near the on-ramp from Rocky Creek Road. Jones says Jarrell's truck lost control and hit an embankment, causing the truck to catch on fire. No one else was hurt. While the cold weather that's been impacting most of the country also hit close to home, it got cold enough in Macon over the weekend that pipes actually busted. Bibb Fire Chief Shane Edwards says St. Francis Assisted Living Community on Harrison Road saw several busted water pipes, as well as the Salvation Army, one of Bibb's warming centers on Broadway. In both facilities, folks had to relocate to a different part inside of the place. Edwards could not confirm if the pipes are fixed just yet. The Macon Bibb Fire Chief also says the Vineville Christian Towers along Vineville Avenue have flooded. On Christmas Day, a call came in at about 3:45 p.m. about the towers, and at the scene, first responders found pipes exposed on the 9th floor due to maintenance work. The pipes then bursted from the cold and caused major water damage. You see it there on your screen on all of the floors. 55 residents were evacuated to the lobby. Edwards says the residents have been moved to 2 local hotels while the repairs are being made. Because of the cold weather, many people have experienced water breaks in Milledgeville. City Manager Hank Griffith released a statement that says, in part, citizens of Baldwin County and Milledgeville are encouraged to conserve water. Customers may experience extremely low water pressure. He also said that this will last until repairs can be attempted and water tanks refill. Incredibly sad story happening in Atlanta right now. It's 6:34. Multiple people are without a home after a fire ripped through an Atlanta apartment complex this weekend. On Christmas Eve, people watched the fire grow in disbelief.
Yes, this is devastating. Christmas Eve, total loss, or even without your house, without your apartment. That's devastating.
Atlanta Fire says that they responded to the fire on Constitution Road. Firefighters worked to put out the flames in freezing temperatures Saturday evening. Families were devastated. They lost everything the day before Christmas, dealing with the cold weather. Many people had to rush out of their homes with just the clothes on their back.
My baby is 13 years old, and she just ordered some things for Christmas, and she just literally broke down crying because she lost everything for Christmas. She don't have anything. She don't have anything, but I just thank God that we got out of there, with our lives today.
It's definitely a blessing they're alive. Now, you just heard from Felicia Smith. She says it all happened so fast. She just rushed out with her family out of their home, and they made it out safely. In more state news this morning, Atlanta's warming centers reached capacity over the weekend. On the coldest night of the year, the city says they served about 125 people dinner in just one center. There were cots lining a basketball gym. At one point, a City of Sandy Springs police cruiser pulled up and dropped off a person in the warming center. Multiple Atlanta Police Department units also dropped off people as well. Right now, crews are working to clean up a water leak from a gate inside Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. What appears to be a pipe burst at Delta Airlines gate E34 forced airport officials to close that area. An airport spokesman said in a statement that the cause of the water leak is under investigation and the impact to operations was little. With the Arctic blast crippling much of the country, airlines have been forced to cancel hundreds of flights. At Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, 415 flights were canceled just yesterday, according to the tracking site FlightAware. The storm destroyed holiday plans for thousands of people as airlines canceled flights with more disruptions expected. In Atlanta, the majority of the flights canceled were with Delta Airlines. Airport officials are urging you to arrive at least 2 hours early ahead of the busy holiday season and to check TSA wait times before you arrive. It's important to remember to stay out of the cold, but you want to make sure that you keep your pets warm as well. Jeff Jordan, a local veterinarian, says anytime it gets in the 20s, your pet needs to be put inside of a controlled environment. Jordan says if a dog is left out in the cold for a long time, they could get hypothermia or frostbite. If you see any animals in distress here in Macon-Bibb County, you can call 478-751-7500 and ask for animal control for assistance. Now, pets aren't the only ones around the house that need protection from the cold. You might be wondering what you can do for your gardens. Use mulch and insulated blankets to keep your plants or bushes from freezing. If possible, move those plants to the south side of your home to avoid getting blasted by a northern wind, and watering them before a temperature drop helps keep the roots insulated.
Love, fellowship for the lonely, lost, and broken.
Heritage United Methodist Church celebrated their 11th annual Half Deep Dish Christmas. We'll share how the celebration keeps people coming back for seconds. Plus, soon enough, it'll be a new year, which means a new you, right? Hear what a licensed therapist says about your New Year's resolutions. The time is now 6:38 here on your Monday. I'm hoping new year, new weather, because I'm about sick and tired of this cold weather, Jordan.
Hey, winter just started. We got long ways to go.
Well, listen, I live in Georgia. If I wanted to deal with cold, I would have went someplace else. But
That's
this is
true.
disrespectful right here.
Yes, and it's actually record-breaking. I mean, I'm pretty sure we broke at least one record in the past couple of days. I'm looking at a little bit more later, but it's been, like you said, disrespectfully cold out there. We're taking a live look now in Perry. It looks like the sun is trying to come up out there in the distance, but temperature is sitting around 17 degrees. That's really cold outside, in case you have not noticed. Now, yesterday we saw a high of 43 degrees. The average high for this time of year is around 60 degrees, so that is a little bit warmer than average. Now, that's very much cooler than average, but nevertheless still very much cold outside. Right now, across the board, in the lower 20s and upper 20s across central Georgia. That's Swinney and Rochelle, 16 down there in Eastman, 23 in Dublin, and 19 degrees there in Sandersville. Wind chill values across the board in the teens, if not the lower 20s, 20 in Warner Robins, 21 in Milledgeville, and 21 degrees in Sparta. Now, as we start the morning, yeah, we're going to be in the 20s, which is cold, obviously, but as we head into the afternoon, we will warm up slowly but surely. Around 10 and 11 o'clock, we'll get above freezing, which is a good thing, and then we'll get into the 40s by the time we reach 1 o'clock. Now today, the overall high today is going to be around 43 degrees. Won't be as cold as yesterday, but still very cold. You're going to want to need a heavy coat, especially if you are going to be outside most of the day. Tonight dropping to 24 degrees, clear night. Overall temps are dropping. That potential for some light snow is there for some of our northern counties. I'll talk about that in a future view in just a second. But first, let's talk about the freezing pipes, because this is a really important message I'm trying to send you guys. For starters, it's going to be below freezing for quite some time this morning. Therefore, you're definitely going to want to keep those pipes dripping. Now, even as we head throughout the rest of the day, yeah, we're going to warm up into the 40s. That's above freezing. But tomorrow night and potentially the night after that, there will be times where we will reach below freezing. Therefore, you're going to want to keep those pipes dripping over the next few days, please. I'm begging you. But the radar is clear for now. We got high pressure to our north. That's really helping us out. This was once that Arctic high pressure that we were experiencing that brought all this cold air towards the southeast. It's starting to dissipate. It's starting to move over. We have a low pressure wave headed our way, bringing in that chance for light snow for some of our northern counties, including Jasper, Putnam, Hancock County, Baldwin County, even Washington County. You can see that's 1 a.m. in the morning. So if you're up having a good time and the potential snow, well, enjoy it. Now, those temperatures are just at the freezing point. If these temperatures get any warmer, it turns from snow into freezing rain and or sleet. So is snow possible? Yes. Is it likely? It's debatable. I'll put it that way. But just at 1 a.m. tonight, just know it might not be snow out there, but we'll be keeping track of it as always. But it looks like the majority of that snow will make its way to some of our northern counties in Georgia as a whole by the time we make it to 4 a.m. After that, we are clear. We are clear Tuesday. We are clear Wednesday, even on Thursday, Friday, light rain chances. But as we head into Saturday and Sunday, that's when the heavier rain chances come back into play, similar to a summertime pattern where we see all these widespread storms moving in through Georgia as a whole and much of the southeast. We get used to rain, though. We've been dry for quite some time over the past couple of days and even weeks. Temperature highs getting up to the 60s by Thursday and Friday. Saturday and Sunday even higher with a high of 68 by Sunday of next week.